Brett Erlich, who is your garbage person of the week?
So my garbage person of the week is every Republican who just now is saying, you know what, I think Trump's a bad guy. Take a look.
There is no room in the Republican Party for anti-Semitism or white supremacy. Anyone meeting with people advocating that point of view, in my judgment, are highly unlikely to ever be elected president of the United States.
The reason we're losing is because Donald Trump has put himself before everybody else.
Trump has many problems. And so, no, I hope the Republicans have enough sense to go with someone who's a more mainstream politician.
Will you support him?
I think we'll have better choices.
Better choices
than my old running mate. But I think it's time for new leadership.
It didn't seem that he got the old magic. Trump is dragging the Republican Party into the mud again. Can he win? My opinion, no.
I hope he disappears.
Wow.
It's like they're gonna pretend they didn't try this a while ago, like in 2016, and then realize that they had no choice but to just tuck tail and say, like, you know what, he is my daddy. And now they're like, oh my gosh. And they take every opportunity of like the newest scandal to be like, that's a bridge too far. Sitting down with Nazis. I was fine when he said it was his African American and saying that the Jewish people get what it's like to swindle folks. Like, oh, but he had dinner with Nick Fuentes. Now I really have to turn, and not this desperation to switch to DeSantis. And even trashier is something I want to like reveal to everybody that is the new thing. No one's talking about this, but there is a very specific language everybody who's pushing against Trump is using. See if you can pick up on it, and it's pretty shocking. One of the faces here that is actually using this new language. Take a look.
People want us to get back to the policies of the Trump-Pence administration.
I certainly would not turn my back on President Trump, but with that, I love Governor Ron DeSantis. He is America's governor, and he has these same policies.
I think America longs to go back to the policies that were working for the American people, but I think it's time for new leadership.
Maybe it's time to turn the page if we can get someone who has all Trump's policies, who's not Trump.
See what they did there? That's what they think's the winner, is to say, let's go back to the same policies. That's not the Trump. You don't understand. People are not with Trump for the policies. They didn't get any of the policies. This is Republicans saying, can we go back to the situation that gave rise to Trump and go back? And even Jordan Peters is like, please elect a more mainstream politician. Let's go back to the people who don't help the folks that they Southern strategied into being in their party.
Yeah. I think a lot of the base thinks that they support him for policies. I think that if Michael Schor tried to scratch and dig a little bit deeper, I think there'd be nothing there. But they think that. I think people like Laura Ingraham do want to go back to those policies, the tax cuts. Yeah, they want to have another round of big tax cuts. That's what they'd like to have. And Laura Ingraham probably absolutely loves it when she sees a Muslim ban going into effect. Beyond that, I don't think that she has much expectations for his policies. All these people. Look, the fact that they're pushing back at all is better than them not doing it, I guess. But how many of them, if Trump does manage to become the nominee, are immediately going to tuck tail and start bending the knee or whatever? Like, if you're willing to go down, if you're willing to say, we're not doing that again, and if that means that in a year and a half my career is done, then that's fine. But I'm going to take a stand on my principles, then I would have some respect for that. Not a lot, because they're waiting so many years into the Trump thing, but I don't think many of them are gonna do that. I think many of them will go, like Ben Shapiro didn't like Trump before he got elected or whatever. And then eventually he supported him for literally years. So I'm not interested in just having another cycle of that go by.
There's more stuff like that in my Rebel HQ video. You can go check it out now at youtube.com/rebelhq. It's up. And just the surprise in there is Lauren Boebert, who is obviously making this change because she almost lost being that closely affiliated with Trump. She's trying to immediately put her wagon before something else.
Before her shooters, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's actually a good move on her part because she should be worried about what's gonna happen in 2 years.
For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.